Hey guys, welcome back to the Heal Project. Me and the boys are back this week for our weekly podcast. We are 1 week out from watching not WrestleMania, bloody hell, boys, not
Yeah,
WrestleMania.
we're about 5 weeks out from it. 6 weeks.
Elimination,
Still not long though.
Elimination Chamber. This time next week will have just about finished.
It will have happened like quite a while.
No,
This goes out at what, lunchtime?
on a Saturday. It'll be about.
It's on a Saturday morning.
I think.
Yeah, it'll probably be main event time-ish.
Yeah, you might see this on the time. You might have gone, oh, boo! Elimination Chamber was on.
We'll plug the crap out of this during Elimination
not this one,
Chamber,
not
so
this.
you
It
might be here.
won't be this one. It'll be next week's one. But for that, when that happens, well, how
You
are
might
we
be here straight after Elimination Chamber, having just watched us do the watch-along. So
I mean, that is next week's one. That is next week's
Yeah,
one.
it's not this week.
That's
It's
not-
this week's.
not today.
Tomorrow.
Today is.
oh well, in that case, thanks for watching this a week later.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. How's your week gone, boys?
Yeah, not bad.
Uh,
Do we rate roadside recovery this week?
yeah.
What happened, Link?
I went out for a day. Thought I'll head up to RAF Waddington and watch the Red Arrows that were out flying for the day, doing their practicing and stuff.
Yeah, bored out.
Just coming home, and my clutch goes bang, big cloud of smoke. Just wasn't fun at all.
And does it have anything to do with your driving style?
No.
Okay.
Link. A clutch going is 99% driver error.
Don't
Trust me, I've done it.
I
I've done it.
Don't be fighting words.
I've
don't
done it.
care. I don't
I've
care.
gone
No,
through 2 or 3.
it's the car's what, a year and 2 months old, and the
I've done
clutch
it
is
in a
gone.
year.
It's
I've done it
mad.
in a year.
What
But
was
they've
it?
just given me a brand new MG HS automatic.
They are nice.
Was it a Nissan?
which is a lot of fun to drive. No, Hyundai Tucson.
A Hyundai you had? Yeah.
Yeah, no, it does happen. I've gone through clutches like that.
But yeah,
But you meant bags.
I've got a MG HS at the moment, which is the first automatic I've ever driven.
I'll be honest. When you said it, I thought it was some sort of infection. And I was a bit concerned for you.
Yeah, no, they are quite nice.
No,
They are nice.
it's not MRSA.
I thought it was going to be something a lot more sexual than MRSA.
Have you been
Well,
out in your automatic yet?
I have. As soon as I got it.
How did you find it?
So
It takes some getting used to. Doesn't
He's
it?
there
I'm
going.
gonna be,
"Where's
I'm
my
gonna be
clutch?"
honest. It was okay at first, and then I got to a junction and I was trying to slow down to turn on the junction, and I thought, right, if I just put my clutch down now, I can roll to the junction. And obviously, I put my foot down to where the clutch should be, and immediately just because that's my
the brake. Oh,
You
so
kind of just have to put
it's
your foot to one side and only use one foot.
yeah, because
Pretty much,
in
yeah.
most automatic cars, there's a little footrest.
For your left foot.
Well, there's that footrest is in a manual car as well, though. To be fair,
Yeah, but
your
you have to
left
use
foot.
that for your left foot. Yeah,
I
you get
use
used
it
to
on
it.
my
Leave it
left
there.
foot when I'm
Yeah,
sat on the motorway and stuff. So
yeah. Leave it there. Do not move that leg.
it's just weird. It's
It is.
very weird.
Hello,
You'll
doggo.
have fun now. You'll have fun with it when you get used to it.
It's like
It's
a
a
go kart.
Yeah, it's a lot more relaxed drive.
It's like driving a go kart because there's no gears. It's just go and stop. It's. I don't understand how anybody could be able to fail driving an automatic. To be honest with you, it is just the most simple thing in the world.
No, that's it. I hopefully I can have mine sorted. 'Cause I've still haven't got a bloody license at the minute. So hopefully I'll have mine sorted in the next few months, and then I'm thinking some sort of Top Gear challenge in 2025.
I'm up for it.
Let's get
Yep.
computers sorted first, and then I was thinking some sort of Top Gear challenge.
Yes,
We'll get 3 cars, and then we'll do something.
Well, we could do the crappy one, can't we? We could
yeah,
just do
exactly.
some banger thing.
And then we'll see if we can flog them back on, and hopefully we won't make too much of a loss.
Oh, we'll make a massive loss.
Well, you just got to be smart about it.
Your insurance alone will be the biggest loss.
Well, that'll be it.
Just got a license.
But I'm over 25, so it won't be as bad.
mind you, links might
not
be
gonna
if
be
you
good.
just
Won't be as
all
bad.
we have to do is make sure it has a clutch, and links
Yes,
will be
I
the
know.
biggest loss. 'Cause the clutch will go.
Well, that's the thing because I'm just like I'm just like I'm giving up doing the manual thing, and it's just like because I got an awful knee, and it's just I'm not can't be bothered with it. I'm not even going to go for a full license. I'm going to go for a half automatic anyway.
I've
I'm
been
going to be
there,
having
done that. I've ruined cars.
a
left, right,
banger.
centre.
a banger with the old school automatic stylings in some of their gearboxes.
Oh, so you've got no chance then.
Awful.
Yeah, you've got no chance. You're
that's-
just going to fall apart.
But that'll be fun.
Costs an absolute fortune in the first place as well for an old automatic.
So, well, I know we've mentioned it before, but any ideas on that one, boys? What you'd really want to do once we're all sorted? Where we'd want to go? Obviously, you can leave us any ideas down in the comments below. I'd love to do that little. It's not a little. I'd love to do the route around Scotland.
The North 500 or something.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
But just chasing Pete up his arse.
But
Don't have to be in a car. Don't have to be in a car.
I don't want to do anything to Pete's behind, thank you.
Dan seen how I drive.
For legal reasons, it's always
Perfect.
at
Yeah.
the right speed limit on the correct
9 miles per
on
hour.
the correct side,
correct side
of the
road.
islands. On the correct side of the islands
Yeah,
for crossings.
not to beat Adam into the car park.
Who's doing 27 miles per hour.
Yeah, Adam
just for
was-
the record.
No, Adam. He was because it was coming into a car park that was 15 miles an hour. He was doing 12. We were doing 13.
Somehow, I ended up in front of Adam.
To be fair, I was miles
From
behind at
behind,
this point,
yeah.
doing 3 miles an hour just to annoy
You
the
was.
Steady on,
cars,
mate, 'cause
so-
There's some sort of fence there, though, isn't there? That's
There
the
is.
problem.
There is. It's like you cannot go too slow.
Yeah.
No,
saying that-
I was deliberately going slow just to annoy him.
Saying that, do you know what? You know the road. Dan, you've actually seen it. You know, from mine to the Austin training ground.
Yeah.
That long lane.
Yeah.
I was on my way back down from that lane, from by the roundabout. I was behind a learner driver yesterday that was doing 15 miles an hour
And it's a
all
what?
down that road,
That's a 50
and
or
you
is that a
can't
60?
overtake. That's a 60.
It is a 60.
Oh,
You can't overtake. And it was literally like every time I went to go right on it, there's a bit of a gap. You could see how unsteady they were because they were almost hitting the curb on the left. They kept on bumping into the left. And I'm like, if I overtake them, it's not going to be fair. And yeah, they're 15 mile an hour the whole way.
You allow learner drivers within reason, don't you? It's one of
15
them. But
15 miles an hour
There's pushing the limit a little bit.
in like a 50,
yeah. If
60.
you're doing 50 mile an hour on your lessons, the chances are you probably should never be driving.
Well,
And this
I'd
I
also
wouldn't mind-
question.
the instructor that
Because
took
my
them on that
driving
lane,
instructor, when I was doing it before, he shouted at me. He's like,
Yeah.
"You're only doing 50." I was like, "I thought it was 50. It's a
This-
70. Speed up. You're dangerous." I was like,
this is basically
Okay.
a
Because it's on
country
those
lane.
Oh,
roads.
my instructor was always the opposite.
Oh,
Slow
no,
down.
they tell you
Slow
straight
down,
up.
slow down, slow down.
"Well, I thought it was. I thought it was a 50. I thought it was a 50 because we'd just come through a bit of dual carriageway that was a 50, and then it was onto the national speed limits, which
Yeah.
is, obviously I didn't realise back then there was. I don't know if they've changed it now, but the road that I was on is now a 60 anyway.
Yeah.
I thought it was 60, so I was gradually getting myself up to 60, but sort of easing up. But yeah, it's a 70 because it's got the big hedges in the middle of
Yeah,
the two
but-
lanes.
They was doing this, and I forgot to mention this was at 5:10 in the evening, rush hour. They were doing this on my way home. I was so angry.
You'd be on the way home. At least it's like, well, okay, you're going home. You haven't. Yeah, it's a pain, but
5:10 rush hour.
it's if you get caught behind it and you're like
Down a
already rushing to
country
go
lane.
somewhere.
I think I would have preferred being stuck behind a tractor because that sometimes happens, or a horse because that sometimes happens.
What horse is that?
There's lots of them up here.
It's
No.
not his. That's the problem.
Saying that, we see one escape from across the road and run up the road the other day.
It's not my horse either, because if it was, it'd be an lasagna.
Let's go for variety.
Of any variety, I
Thinking
don't
of
care. Just being a lasagna.
Things I thought, oh, you'd
Iceland.
look delicious in a sandwich. I went to an aquarium today, boys,
Ooh,
and I'll tell you what, it was bloody brilliant.
which one did you go to?
Bristol Aquarium, which actually it's expensive. So it was me, the wife, and the two little kids.
Is it a
It was-
sea life one, or is it just a private one?
What, like Sea
Do you
Life
mean
the
someone's
company?
back garden?
Yeah, is it owned by like the one that's do all the sea life centres, or
No.
is it a
Oh.
private company?
No. Different company.
Private company. Okay.
Yeah, it
I
was
thought you meant like
60,
someone's back garden. Kind of thing.
64 quid. I was like, it's a bit
Oh, for
expensive.
4 of you, that's not that bad.
It wasn't awful. We did it in about an hour and a half. About an hour and a half. But there was some big old it was a big old eel in there, and then I saw the biggest fish I ever seen in life in real in real life.
What sort of eel?
A
A moray eel?
malloy eel
Saltwater,
or something like that.
freshwater?
Isn't it? Yeah, big yellowy black thing, massive. What was the grouper fish? Grouper fish.
Grouper. GROUPR.
But like, it was
Goliath groupers. They can eat humans.
Yeah,
they get that big.
It was massive. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
But because apparently they're normally predators. But
Yeah.
because they were in with all the other fish, because there's no other predators in there with them, they don't feel the need to hunt the other fish because they don't feel threatened in their environment. I thought that was really cool.
No, they don't need to because they get fed enough.
Yeah,
as
they get fed.
Yeah.
They don't feel threatened. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But her name was Sheila.
They'll still.
This thing is bigger than me, and its name was Sheila. I was like, brilliant.
It'll 100% eat the other fish when it feels like it as well.
Oh yeah,
Just
I'm sure it
don't
will.
tell you that because.
But like, it was funny though because it's quite cool now. I love an aquarium. I don't know about you guys, but just watching this massive fish and all these little ones just swimming around up against it and just sort of sucking on it and cleaning her. I thought that's quite
a
cool.
proper reef fish.
Yeah.
Thing. It's like the community, isn't it? It's very weird. Like I'm massive. I love sea life.
Yeah,
I used to have multiple fish tanks, as I'm sure I've told you multiple times.
Until the Great Flood.
Until the Great Flood, yes. Never buy fish tanks. Honestly, just don't do it. Just don't do it. As great as fish tanks are, just don't. Just don't.
I see the appeal though. If you're a supervillain, though, I said that to the wife. I was like, when I'm a supervillain, right, I'm gonna buy those big big tanks that are open.
No.
And you have a little chair in the middle of the fish tank going all the way around it.
Just to put my enemies on. Yeah.
Don't do it.
Why?
Don't do it. Because if you want a big fish tank to dispose of your enemies in, just buy a pig farm.
They eat the bones as well.
Yeah, like don't buy fish tanks.
Yeah, but I like
because fish tanks pop. Eventually, fish tanks pop,
just...
and when fish tanks pop, water goes everywhere and everything, and it dies.
And especially when you've just spent a lot of money going to WrestleMania.
I'm a supervillain. I'm not going to be fussed.
It was literally the day I got back from the Rumble, my fish tank went boop.
It was like, why'd you leave me?
Surprise!
It was like
I was still asleep. This is the worst thing. I literally, we landed from the Rumble at like 4 p.m. or something. No, it was earlier than that.
With COVID.
I think it was like 9 p.m. something like that.
COVID
Yeah,
in the UK.
I'd caught COVID on the flight back.
Before COVID, you had
this
COVID.
is January.
Before COVID was even a thing.
This
Apparently,
is like January 29th, 2020.
COVID hadn't left Wuhan.
Before COVID, before people knew that COVID was in the UK.
Weird.
100% I had COVID.
Well, this was it.
The flight crew had COVID on that top flight. They were non-stop.
But at that point, it hadn't left Wuhan.
Yeah, so they didn't know about
Apparently.
it.
Yeah.
What utter try.
No, there was a few cases reported here, there, and everywhere, but there was nothing major.
I think no one knew it was at the time.
Yeah, no one was scared. You know, it was just sort of like, wow, China's a bit messed up right now, isn't it? That was it.
Sucks to be Chinese.
Yeah, essentially.
And that plane.
Sorry, China.
And apparently Singapore.
Not that you're watching this because you've got your own social media.
People from Singapore that obviously the
died.
flight crew were from, and they gave me COVID. But yes, no. So flew back, landed on, I think it was the 28th of January 2020, something like that. Maybe the 29th. And around lunchtime-ish, I think it was. Came home, got myself unpacked and stuff, laid down and went to sleep because I was shattered.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd spent a week away, been to all the shows and stuff, came back, went laid down. And I woke up and I thought, oh, Jesus, the weather's bad. Like, because I could hear, like, it sounded like torrential rain on the window.
Oh, God.
So I'm like, wow, the weather must be awful. So I've leant over because, the window's right there. And I've opened the window.
Not a spot
Like,
of,
fully
spots of rain.
opened the window all the way open. And I'm like, it's dry as a bone. Oh, crap. Instantly, that realization, just like, oh no. Sprang my legs off the bed, feet down onto the floor, squelch.
How wet did downstairs get out of interest?
Yeah, pretty bad.
Oh, they did.
Pretty bad. Yeah. Well, it was a 9-foot tank. It was a lot of water. It was about, I think it was 4 tons of water.
A lot of water.
Yeah. Yeah.
On reflection, that's probably a bit foolish to have upstairs.
Well, it was fine if it didn't burst.
I mean, it would have been. Yes, that's yes. So... it's like having a gun in your
downstairs.
house.
I live in an upstairs flat.
You're gonna ask, and then look after it.
It's not having one. It's what I was sort of going for.
Well, not having one's the way I'm going now.
Yeah,
never again. Unfortunately, because I genuinely love marine life and all sorts of like fish and aquatic life, I should say, not marine life, because they're not the same thing.
No, well, I saw my kid, like, because it was just part of her birthday present. She was like, I was like, what things do you want to see then? And she's like, what's the other one? I can't remember what the other one was, but she said, and a puffer fish. I was like, that's a random one, but all
That's
right.
pretty random, but pufferfish are cool.
I can't remember what her other one was now, but yeah, well, we ended up seeing about 6 different species of it. They had little sharks. It was pretty good. I'd recommend.
Different species of it at the aquarium.
Of sharks and different species of pufferfish, yeah. Yeah, different types of pufferfish. It was pretty cool, but they were obviously in different environments,
Different climates. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, turtles, they were mint. Turtles are cool.
Turtles are cool.
Turtles and stingrays. They are cool things, man.
Mm.
They are cool things. Well, any rays, not stingrays, just any rays.
I used to have 2 turtles.
Even
Oh, they're
down
so cool.
the road ray.
What?
Down the road ray. All rays are cool.
Shut up, Pete.
The thing is, Pete, because
He's
I'm
like,
from
all rays are
Somerset,
cool.
and like I don't go down a greasy spoon in London all the time, I don't know anyone called Ray. Ray's very much feels like a London thing down the greasy spoon. That's the guy. Down the calf, Ray.
There's a lot of rays.
There is a lot of rays, or not a lot of rays.
There is.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
in
what
London.
exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, I think, do I know a single Ray? Oh, I know a Ray. Was that Ray's? There was a Ray's calf near me, and
There you go.
the owner got done for fraud, mate, and is in prison now.
Was it
What,
fraud
just 'cause
because
his
his name wasn't Ray?
Yeah.
It was Roy. Is it Ray? Maybe, I can't remember. But
It's Roy's rolls.
I'm sure that's what's happened. He's ended up in prison for fraud, for defrauding people out of Glastonbury tickets. Naughty.
Yeah, don't do that.
Naughty.
That's not a good idea.
Naughty. Right. I think that'll round us out for this week, though, boys. Elimination Chamber next week. And I'm pumped for it.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
I'll be
for
honest.
wrestling.
I'm watching SmackDown in a minute. I watched
Last
last
week.
night. That I'm like, oh, I wish this was the go home show, because I just want to watch the Chamber now. I'm excited for the Chamber. Although
it's the go home show tonight as well, ironically.
Yeah.
but we don't see it. It's weird. But we're watching Tiffany Stratton tonight, so
And
Life's all right.
The Rock's going to be there tonight, so
if you smell what the Rock is cooking, please
then
leave
you've
a
probably got
like.
Cody Crybaby.
And you probably ain't got COVID if you smell it as well. But guys, I got to ask one question. What do you do with the nuggets?
It doesn't matter what you do with the nuggets.
You shove them. I think you shove them up your ass. I love Pat McAfee. Pete's
Pat
like,
McAfee's
what are you on
brilliant.
about?
Yeah, but I haven't seen it.
Oh,
kind of
Pete.
guess.
Right. Please leave a like, guys. Share, subscribe. Let us know what your favourite aquatic animals are down below. And whatever the other thing was I said earlier in the episode, so let us know. The next one.
See ya.
Peace.